Good evening, Therapy Army. How are we doing? Welcome to United Real Therapy, people. How are we doing? I hope you had a good weekend. By the way, your weekend's not been ruined by Man United. Hey, get in. Weekend wasn't ruined by Man United. How are we doing, people? How are we doing? I hope you all had a lovely weekend. You all had a brilliant weekend. Big up to every one of you. Love and light always. Love and light always. Like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We're going to get into it today. We're going to do, obviously, a usual pre-match match preview. And we're also going to preview the protest, which is going to be interesting tomorrow. Protest, I think, is going to start around, say, 6:30, or maybe even be like 5:30. So it depends. It depends. 5:30, 6:30, around Tollgate Pub. And then it's going to walk down from there to Old Trafford. It's going to be outside the Trinity Way. So it's going to be very interesting to see the level of people who tie up, the amount of people that stay out. Nobody's telling any fans what to do here. But I just genuinely do believe empty stadium would make a huge, absolutely huge impact. It will be the knockout blow to the Glazers and their sponsors if Man United fans stayed out of the stadium. But big up to every one of you. Love, light, always. So yeah, hopefully a couple of people might join us. So I'm just waiting for the man them, see if they hopefully jump on. We'll see if Air fans about. Yeah, some crazy results in the Premier League today as well. Leeds, Leeds whacking at Chelsea. Wow, that was a bit fresh, wasn't it? Obviously, City 3-1 down. They come back to draw 3-3. And then Brighton continue their fantastic form. So we'll see. We shall see, people. We shall see how this rolls. We shall see. So we shall see, people. We shall see. There's already 58 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Like, share, people. Call-in show. Maybe we'll do a call-in show after the game for the match reaction tomorrow. Big up, Big Rock. Big up, Raz. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just know that a lot of United fans are angry, but we're always promoting peaceful protest here, innit? We're always promoting a peaceful protest. Maybe tomorrow night, Rock. Maybe tomorrow night. Already there, Saeed joining the protest. Yeah. Saeed's doing an empty stadium, mate. Empty stadium. Big up Mighty Mundo. Mighty Mundo is here. Yes, Mundo, how you doing, man? How's the weekend? Without Man United ruining your weekend. How did that feel? Was it refreshing?
A really relaxing weekend. And let's hope that I have a nice start to the week.
I don't know about that, Mundo. I think you're getting a bit too giddy there in terms of thinking that you can have a nice start to the weekend. It's not happening, pal. It's Man United after all. It's Glazers, Man United after all. And you know we've been dealt a huge, huge blow. We've got people who play against us, and now they're willing to pay apparently 100 million for euros for Anthony. Like, are you kidding me? Towards the end of May, could have got the kid for 50 million euros. 50 million euros. But Man United don't want to do that, do they? They don't want to do that. They come out and telling people, oh, only 120 billion to spend. You know, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And now we're forking out 100 million for a player that played in the Eredivisie. Like, I think Martinez is a good player, yeah? Martinez is a fantastic player, but he should have been 45 million euros at the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah, about 30 to 35 million maximum.
Yeah. Instead, we paid, 50 million euros? Over 50 million, something like 60 million euros. Exactly. So it's ridiculous. Tom, how are you doing there in lovely sunny Spain?
Yeah, evening, guys. How are we all doing?
How's the favourite beer? You've had a couple of those nice beer in the weekend? Because Man United did not ruin your weekend.
Nah, they just make it drain, don't they? That's all Man United do. Or like a pump just keeps draining.
But they didn't ruin your weekend, though.
Oh, did they? I'm not asked about Man United anymore.
Exactly.
Come on.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. It's crazy. But big up to all of you. And then we overpaid, obviously, for Casemiro. As you know, we welcome any player to Man United, but Casemiro, like 60 million, they must have saw them coming so far. Like Real Madrid are like celebrating, popping champagne.
Can we just say one thing though, right? You go from Frankie de Jong to your alternative Rabiot to then Casemiro. Where's the quality levels here?
Brilliant.
Because if we're being real, Casemiro probably is the best out of all three of them, as in right now, for a defensive player anyway.
Yeah,
and what have we all said that we needed? A defensive midfielder.
Yeah. But as me and Mundo said, Real Madrid, there's two teams in world football, in European football that they never let players go.
Yeah, without a reason, yeah.
When they still have it. They let them go when they're losing it. And that's Bayern Munich and Real Madrid.
Yeah.
They never let players go when they're still on fire. They let them go on their way down. And the way they ripped us off. I mean, we talked about it, me and Mundo, in the last show. But anyway, so it's the preview. So tomorrow, and as far as the protest is concerned, people are meeting up outside the Tollgate pub. And I think from about half six, maybe 5:30 till 6 o'clock. And then people are going to walk down. And then it's going to be just on a Trinity Way. That's where majority of the protests will gather. But I've cycled around Old Trafford today. I was up there. And they've already put cages and everything. They're turning it like they're spending money already. Like they reckon, somebody was telling me about, reckon $500,000 on security in terms of what they're doing already. Like cordoning off loads of cagey kind of things around the Old Trafford.
Yeah, it's like borders, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. They're building loads of like partitioning off loads of different areas around the ground. So they're preparing. The Glazers are preparing. They're preparing, people. Glazers and their henchmen are preparing. So let's hope you're prepared tomorrow. Like we said on this channel, we believe in the freedom of protest. We believe in the freedom of protest, peaceful protest. But if some of the anger spills over, it's that Man United fans have had enough. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, football fans and United can only take so much abuse, but we still always let people know that it's a peaceful protest. You know what I mean? We protest. I really hope that some people stay out the stadium. If you go in, come out. And we encourage people to do that. But obviously, nobody's the boss of anybody. And I hope that Man United fans seize the moment and realize what an opportunity to get rid of these vultures. But let's get into the game, people. I mean, I'll go to you, Mundo. What hope do you give Man United tomorrow?
The thing is that it's after that performance again. It's not just a result; it's the performance against Brentford. I mean, I can't see how you can turn that around in 7 days. Our players are all of a sudden going to be up for because in this particular game, you have to be up for it, like really up for it.
Of course. You can't walk into this game cold.
Yeah, if the managers manage to get them to that level, really G'd up for the game, which is what they need to be, then hats off to him. But I just can't see it. I just can't see them. These players have let us down too many times. So if Liverpool bring their A game, we're in serious trouble. If it's the Liverpool that played the last 2 games, we've got a fighting chance of getting a point. But in terms of winning the game, you need to be firing on all cylinders, all 11 players. And from the evidence so far, I'm not hopeful that will happen.
Oh, wow. Well, what do you think, Tom? Tomorrow?
I mean, it's an awkward one, really, isn't it? Because neither team's had a brilliant start. We've lost 2 games. They've drawn 2 games. So see it for whatever you will. Liverpool, when they draw a game, they don't see it as a draw. They see it as 2 losses. So, and already with the points that they've been behind already at the start of the season, it's not great, albeit with City today. But when you look at the two teams, I think we know what we see, and your eyes don't lie to you. We saw it last year. Ralph said it all in that 4-0 game. I mean,
they don't lie in it. They don't lie.
They don't lie, guys. And the only difference is what we've got 2 or 3 new players in there. We've already seen in the first 2 games, Brighton lost 2 of their best players, and they played us off the park. You know, Brentford, they didn't really have to do much in the game other than be physically imposing in the game over us, and they were better than us, ultimately, over the 90 minutes. It doesn't take a lot to beat this Manchester United team. It just takes gut, heart, physicality, and brains. And if you've got all that in abundance, and you've got the players that can build, that are moulded into a system, listen, Brighton, Brentford, these are lower tier teams, but they're organised. Liverpool are a high echelon of a team, but are heavily organised, tactically, physically, in every single way. And listen, all I'm going to say is, if we put it into the basics and the facts of it all, Liverpool's bestest asset or weapon is going forward. Going forward, it doesn't have to be keeping the ball. They will give Manchester United the ball all they want tomorrow and press the absolute hell out of us. And all I'm going to say, you have Harry Hill at the back of the line. That's all well and good, mate. Put him in a back three, and yeah, you might not get rolled into a spliff. Put him into a back four, and he's getting persisted on by all these Liverpool forwards. He ain't going to be dealing with the pressure. He'll be booting it into row Z. So when you put it into the facts of it all, even with the goalkeeper, there's no distribution. There's no confidence there when he's on the ball. That is not an Erik ten Hag goalkeeper. That is not the Dutch way of playing football. Every single player in a Dutch team or a Dutch sort of philosopher's management style, you have to be quality on the ball, regardless of your position. And if you don't have the quality on the ball, you don't make it. They exile you out of the team, and they get somebody in who will replace you and be better than you. And we're just seeing it now where we're doing all this panic buying. Because that is all we're doing, guys. Let's be honest. We are panic buying. It's like last minute of the window. We've done it many times before with free agents, but the only difference is now we're actually spending money. Well, all of a sudden the money's come to fruition, hasn't it? But money doesn't buy you anything in football, and I've always said that. Because if money bought you everything in football, Manchester City would have more trophies than Man United have had for years. Newcastle would already be up there now, competing with Liverpool and City if money bought you everything in football. But it doesn't. But we'll see. We'll see tomorrow, won't we? Who the quality teams are and who the quality players are. Because from both coaches, if we're talking coaches, I think both coaches are very equal, and I think it makes a good matchup. But the players and the quality in the two teams couldn't be worlds apart, and that is down to recruitment, and that is down to the frailties of how both clubs are run. But I'm sure we'll get into that anyway at a later point.
Nah, 100%. You know what? Big up Kelly's Remedian Lassie, Chief Editor, United Real Therapy. It says here, Alfred Schroeder on if Anthony will stay at Ajax. Yes, my feeling's good. I understand Anthony, but you play for Ajax. And then he says here, I don't know what happened to Mundo there. Hopefully he'll come back. We're playing Champions League football. I don't think Man UFC are playing Champions League football. I don't know what the hell that's about. But yeah, it's crazy. So it's basically the manager. If that's right, he's saying that we're playing good football. So we're playing Champions League football. So why would he want to go somewhere else? It's just a bit of bartering here. For me, I'm actually more concerned about the protest and more than I'm about the game. If I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Yeah.
Because I was there for 5 minutes last season, and I'm not going in the game. I'm not going to the stadium. I'm not going inside. So it's like, for me, it's almost like pointless because I held 5. That will never. I will never forgive.
We got 5 on it.
We got 5. In aggregate, they hit us for 9.
9.
They could have hit us for 10. Like in both games. So for me, even when in the 70s and like 80s when Liverpool were really good, early 80s when Liverpool were really good, they never did that to us. Never. In the 70s, we stopped them from doing a treble. People forget that. People literally forget that we stopped them from doing a treble in the 70s. They won they won the league. They won the European Cup. And Man United stopped them in the FA Cup final. We were like, nah, mate, you're not making no treble, mate. Good night, Vienna. But big up to everybody. Mundo, like, I'm not concerned, but your overall feeling. Do you think Man United have it in them to shock anybody tomorrow?
You never know in football, but I mean, it's a wing and a prayer. I mean, we can only go off what we've seen from these players so far for the past 6 to 8 months, and I can't remember the last time they turned up for any game. Never mind the big game.
Exactly.
And this is Liverpool, and Liverpool will put it on us tomorrow. They will attack, and the thing as well is Liverpool are quite direct. Liverpool as a football team, you know, they don't play it through the lines like Man City do. They're happy to switch diagonals and hit it long into Salah and whatever. And we saw that tactic that Brentford used against us and Brighton, and we struggled. So if Klopp is clever, you know, we got. I know they've got a lot of injuries, Liverpool.
Yeah.
So,
let me actually hit you with it. Let me hit you with what's going on tomorrow. So Man United might not be able to welcome back. Might be able to welcome back Anthony Martial, who's training after a thigh injury. Victor Lindelof still unavailable as a young winger for Let's Palestri. There's an ankle issue. Liverpool striker Darwin Núñez begins 3-match ban for the headbutt during a draw against Crystal Palace on Monday night. The Reds are both boosted by the return of Bobby Sunshine for Firmino. But Thiago, Jota, and Joel Matip are all out. So yeah, it's crazy actually. If we beat them tomorrow, we'll leapfrog them, and that's just mad. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
The thing I'm worried about is because obviously there's matchups. You got to think about the matchups on the pitch. I am seriously worried about Luis Diaz against Delo. That's giving me nightmares thinking about that. Because Delo, we know, defensively is proper suspect, always out of position. Luke Shaw and Salah. Luke Shaw normally does all right against Salah. Well, not the last game, obviously, because Salah smashes with a hat-trick at Old Trafford. But normally on one-on-one, he's normally all right. But yeah, that Dolo, Luis Diaz matchup is a worry for me. Yeah, that is a worry for me. And also on that side as well, if he plays Sancho out there, Sancho doesn't really get back.
Well, yeah, it's going to have to tomorrow. It's going to have to tomorrow, mate.
You've got Trent Arnold as well. You've got Trent Arnold on that side.
Yeah. Well,
you've got Robertson on that side, actually. It's Robertson.
For me, I'm not going to play tomorrow. I'm not going to play Luke Shaw. We'll pick the team in a minute. We'll try to get the team on in a minute, Mundo. But I'm not going to play Luke Shaw tomorrow. Diego Dalot might play. Saka doesn't offer anything. To be fair, neither's Dalot, Mundo. Neither's Diego Dalot. It's like
nothing. He's supposed to be good attacking, but he doesn't offer anything in the attacking third, in my opinion.
Exactly. It's crazy. Malacia definitely has to start. Yeah.
But is the manager going to put him in against Mo Salah as like his Premier League debut?
So what, Mundo? Sometimes, you know what? At the deep end, Luke Shaw cannot start another game, Mundo. Luke Shaw cannot start another game. He can't start another game. Oh, here comes saying me, I say. Here comes saying me. Rudy, what did you think of Maximum at Newcastle? What a player! Better than the English overhyped players: Grealish, Rashford, Sancho. Are you not buzzing? Three straight wins out of 3. Say me, I say. Are you not buzzing? Eh? We did one thing. We did agree. Gabriel is a really good player. Gabriel Jesus is a really good player. But the rest of it, you get a bit excited that your dark horses for the league. Maybe this is your year, Semiassi. But big up Semiassi says, Nuri, what do you think of Maximum Newcastle? What a player. Better than English overhyped players, Grealish. I've always liked the Maximum. Always liked the Maximum. I think he does something that offers you something that most people don't.
The only thing I will say of him, I said it in.
To me, he's injury prone. He's injury prone.
He's injury prone, and also, as I say, he's got the skills of Messi, the passing of Fred, and the finishing of Adi Akinbaye. That's the only thing. You understand what I mean? Like his end product is not the best. But with his skill set, you would expect him to. If he improves on that and he keeps fit, he could be a big player.
Yo, big up. There's over 200 of you here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. But just give you a little bit of figures from the match. So Manchester United have just won one of their last 12 Premier League games against Liverpool. Can you imagine that? Let me just say that again, people. Manchester United have won just one of their past 12 Premier League games against Liverpool. Jurgen's club side could win 4 consecutive league meetings for the first time since 2002. They're also looking to win 3 straight away league matches against their hosts for the first time. So tomorrow, Liverpool make a history.
And was that game 2-1, the 2-1 game under Jose? Is that the one that we won?
Yeah, that was the
It
one.
must have been.
Yeah, that was the one.
Rashford scored 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manchester United could lose their opening 3 matches in top flight season for just the 4th time, the first since 1986. The Red Devils have tried to avoid losing 5 league games in a row for the first time in 50 years. However, United are the only team to have previously lost their opening 2 fixtures for the season before going in to win the Premier League title, doing it in 92-93. All 6 goals conceded by Erik ten Hag's side this season have come in the first half. Cristiano Ronaldo has attempted 7 shots so far this season, most of any player yet to score in the Premier League this campaign. Liverpool have failed to win their opening 2 matches of the Premier League season for the first time since 2012. They could draw their opening 3 league games for the first time in their history. However, young clubs have remained unbeaten in all 21 Premier League fixtures so far in 2022. Won 16, drawn 6. Mohamed Salah is a goal away from becoming the first player in history to reach double figures against Man United. Mohamed Salah is a goal away from becoming the first Liverpool player in history to reach double match figures against Man United. Salah's 8 goals in his first 4 appearances against the Red Devils. Well, there you go, people. There you go. Man United absolutely spring.
Oh, he's gone. Hopefully we'll come back.
Yeah, I think I just dived in somewhere. I don't know where I went. Neil Ashton, people. But there it comes. Saliba, best young defender in Europe. We have Partey, who will have Cashmere in his pocket. And he's the best African player since George Weah. And he's ours. Just stop saying the as it comes out with Mundo.
Zane, put the bong down, mate. Just put the bong down and step away, because that is just the biggest load of nonsense.
Say Viasi, listen. I thought the most impressive player in your team yesterday wasn't Saliba, but it was Jesus. It was Jesus. But don't worry, Real Madrid will come knocking soon, and he'll be off to Ala Madrid. So don't you worry, pal. To reunite with what's his name? The kid who plays on the left.
Vinny Jr.
Vinny Jr. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Give it a season or 2. He'll be off to Ala Madrid.
But I tell you what, I think this, with the World Cup as well coming, like, in November time, it's going to be an interesting season. I don't think that, and teams as well, like what Leeds did to Chelsea, City dropped points at Newcastle. There's some good teams. There's some good teams in the league. I don't see City and Liverpool getting 90, 100 points this season like they have previously. It's going to be more difficult this season. Teams are getting better, and that gap in the season doesn't help with the World Cup. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, this is an interesting team. Big up Arun Pandey. Man United said De Gea, Varane, Maguire, Martinez, Delot, Malacia. So he's playing 3 at the back. Fred, Scott Eriksson, Martial, Rashford. Wow. Interesting formation. Nah, I don't want it to change. Nah, mate. And I'm not changing.
Why play 3 at the back? You can just take Maguire out of the team.
Exactly. Anyway, but let's get
into
Maguire
in that back 3. You might that's like playing a back 2 anyway.
Exactly. Don't tell them, honestly. I'm telling you.
And that's what I don't get about, I'm hearing these rumours about Maguire and Chelsea, like, oh, you can play in the back 3. If you're a centre-half and you can only play when you've got 2 other centre-halves next to you, that tells me everything you need to know. If you can't play in 2 as a centre-half, then you shouldn't be playing as a centre-half.
Yeah.
So I get it when it's a full-back like Reece James, who's playing in a back 3. But if your primary position is centre-half and you need 2 other guys to hold your hand, I'm not buying that. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I'm with you. I don't think we should go to a back three. Just drop Maguire.
Honestly, it is one of those, isn't it? Let's pick our team anyway. We're picking our team. We're not even trying to think what team he's gonna pick tomorrow. So let's go for this one though. Let's see if we can pick our team for tomorrow for tomorrow's game. Let's see if we can pick our team. Can you guys see? Can you see Mundo?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mundo, let's start. Obviously, De Gea has to play, even though he was absolutely shite and he cost us the game.
Well, there's no one else. It's Tom Heaton or
would you play Heaton tomorrow?
No, I won't throw him in against Liverpool. I think that's too much pressure.
Okay. Who are we playing here? Diego Dalot? Or bring Juan Bissaka back because we're going to be defending anyway. What do you think? I'm tempted back Bissaka, you know. What do you think?
So am I.
Right. Well, there you go. We've picked Varane. I'm picking Varane tomorrow.
100%. I tell you what, it's a shame that, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Lindelof is injured.
Yeah.
Because I would have played him next to Varane and moved Martinez into midfield. But Martinez has to play, yeah. Malacia, left back.
Hey, I'm not playing bloody Shaw, mate. No chance. Not having that. What you playing in midfield? I'm not playing those two donkeys.
No chance. I'm not going with Fred and McTominay.
You know what I'll play tomorrow? I'm not going to lie to you. They have to fight. They're going to have to fight. But I'll play Donny, Eriksen, and Bruno. No, actually, no, I'm not going to play Bruno. Sorry. Donny, Eriksen.
It's going to be past the Fred, isn't it?
Eriksen. And you know what? I would play Ghana. Honestly, no word of a lie. That's what my team would be. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, some people think we're not going to have the ball like tomorrow. We're not going to fight. But why can't we have the ball? Why can't we fight for it? Why can't we fight for the ball? Do you think we'll put Fred in there? Who would you choose, Mundo? I'll definitely play Donny tomorrow. And Eriksen.
You know, asking me to pick Man United's midfield is like asking if I want to be kicked in the balls or punched in the throat. Like, it's not really a choice, is it?
You heard it here first, people. That's how it is. Seriously.
I think. I don't know. I really don't know. I think we need some legs in there. I put Fred in there.
We need some more legs in here. We're joined by Irfan as well. So, okay, some legs. We need some more legs in here. We need some more legs in there. I would put Ghana, but Mundo's thinking that we should put Fred. So Fred goes in there.
I just think if you're going to play Ghana, then you don't throw him in against Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
No.
When we're this shit as well.
Yeah. Sancho on the side, yeah. Sancho. For me, I'm playing Martial.
Martial. And then who we playing out here? Rashford? He's awful, isn't he?
Well, at least last time we beat him, he played. That's the team, guys. That's the team. What do you think of that team? I know it's a surprising team. Juan Bissaka, Varane, Lazaro Martinez, Malacia, and we went with Eriksen, Van de Beek, Fred. Actually, Fred here. Van de Beek here to fight. Eriksen a bit more deeper. Fred to try to win the ball back a bit more. These two guys.
No. If you're playing that, then you want Fred on the left and you want Van de Beek as the most advanced guy. Who do you want arriving in the box late, Fred or Van de Beek?
No, Fred will never be in the box.
I don't want Fred anywhere near the box.
But Fred will
Our box or the opponent's box. Just stay in the middle. Just float around in the middle somewhere. where you can't cause any damage.
That's the team. Irfan, welcome to the stream, bro. How you doing?
Oh, good, guys. I just come back from London, so I'm a bit tired today.
Yeah. How was it? Did you play last night? Yeah.
In Shoreditch, yeah.
No, if United get stuffed, you might have to send Saeed off to yoga retreat to recover. I think Saeed's basically not even going to the game tomorrow. He's not having it.
I won't even say a yoga retreat. You have to book him into the Priory.
Yeah. But big up Saeed for the super chat. So Irfan, Shoreditch was good last night.
Yeah, it's chilled. It's nice. I can play music I like, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Mm.
What time was that until?
1 o'clock. And not a late one.
You didn't watch the fight then, eh?
No, I as I got into the hotel, I saw that he lost, so I didn't know what. I wasn't surprised he was going to lose though, because that guy can box. That guy's a boxer. So you can have all the punching power you want, but you always get against the guy who knows how to box. You're up against it. I didn't see him win him. Tell you the truth, I didn't see it at all. This is a different level. This is a different level of class.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what he wants. He's made 100 million or whatever. He's reached his level. I don't think he can go any higher. I mean, I don't think he's got any chance. I don't think any chance against Tyson Fury anyway. So maybe he should bow out here. I don't know. I don't see anything in the guy. I think he did well to get to the end of the fight, but I don't see him. Against a top guy who can box. I don't see him going anywhere.
The funniest thing, I didn't even watch it because I knew that guy was going to win. What's the point when you know the result already? Say me ask this here 1 second. Let me just get Bumbaye in here. Oh, CM, we got a full. Anyway, that's our team. Let me just go over the team again one more time. De Gea in net. We got Wan-Bissaka for defensive capabilities tomorrow because they lot offers shit all up front anyway. Varane, Martinez, Malacia. We've gone with Fred, Ericsson, Van der Beek, and we've gone Rashford, Martial, Sancho. That's what we've gone for. But let me get rid of this.
So Ronaldo?
No, I'm not going for Ronaldo, mate. Are you having a laugh? We need people that are going to fight tomorrow, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, we need people that are going to fight tomorrow. So big up, CM. Welcome. I hope you had a good weekend. Anyway, all of you, nobody's ruined Irfan and CM. Man United didn't ruin your weekend this weekend. How was that? Was that a refreshing weekend?
It was quite good. I'm not gonna lie. I had some time to relax and watch some other football for once and not worry about United. But that is quickly coming to an end. Obviously tomorrow. A lot of things that are gonna happen tomorrow and a lot of expectations. To be fair, I think all of this, it's been a crazy couple of weeks to be a Manchester United fan with all the takeover rumors, all of a sudden these signings and coming out of nowhere and all of this stuff. It's been a lot to think about as a fan.
Yeah, it's really funny because 1 minute we're shopping in Poundland, next minute we're shopping in there. 1 week we're shopping in Poundland, the other week we're in Waitrose. Next minute we're visiting a couple of old people's homes and getting any discount, any like couple of pension, one or two pensioners. We're still linked with Vardy, by the way, people. Vardy is on our list apparently.
Now we're shopping at Arrods, guys.
For Anthony, and now we're supposed to be playing 100 million for Anthony. But let me just
you know what it's like. It's like you're a week away from payday. You're shopping in Aldi, and you check your bank account, and the Wonga loan's gone in, and you're like, right, I'm off from Spencer's. That's Man United.
That's what it is. But
Who's doing the buying, Nuruddin? Who's doing the buying again? Who's doing the buying? Which of the top is doing the buying? Murta, Arnold, which one? Who's doing the buying?
Oh, the directive apparently is coming from Joe Glazer because now that we've got a viable buyer, they're all shit in their pants. But let me just get the super chat. Jamie Assis says that team compared to Arsenal, it's like comparing AJ to Tyson Fury. Foregone conclusion. Well, you never know. Listen, we can get one lucky punch, mate. Heavyweight, it's all about one lucky punch. But at the end of the day, guys, it's crazy in so many ways. And it says AJ has nothing on Mike Tyson, the best box apart from Ali. Well, yeah. Well, Ali was the greatest anyway. We agree to that. But big up the therapy. I mean, listen, there's over 250 when you're here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We've gone over, guys. I just want to get your views on the actual game tomorrow. I've heard from Tom. I've heard from Mundo. CM Irfan. So I'll go to you, Irfan, first. Tomorrow, anything about the game? If the game does go ahead, because there are some United fans who are absolutely peed off. They've already put cages around Old Trafford, made it into cell block cage. Already strange ways. Further than strange, I'm telling you. They've already turned it into a prison tomorrow. Cages everywhere, blocking everything. So the game will go ahead, most likely. But what do you think? Poncho's lock tomorrow?
No way. No. Especially because of the way the results have gone. So Liverpool obviously are still waiting to get moving, obviously, because of a little bit of a stutter their season. But that's what I'm saying. Everything you describe, everything I look on Twitter, every time I see something, I just see more chaos and more chaos and more chaos. And obviously that has affected everybody because there is zero stability. You talk about Poundland, you talk about Waitrose, you talk about all this. I mean, it's just absolutely the highest level of chaos you can think of. I mean, it's just crazy. And you say that it might not have anything to do with the players, but this is everybody understands. Everyone is infected by it. The fans are, the players are, even they are. Even Joe Glazer's probably gone crazy about all of this, thinking, I thought I had an easy ride at this club. I could just milk it and they'll keep quiet. But this is all a club in serious decline. Like when Rome fell. You can see all the, all the kind of like the huge, buildings, everything, all the towers have been coming down. That's what we are. We just don't know which ones are left, and all the people in the auditorium are staring like they're all throwing things, getting crazy. It's just complete chaos. And because it's the biggest, fan base in the world, or even in the UK, etc., everyone's laughing. Everyone wants their 2 pence worth, so everyone's got something to say about it. But at the end of the day, nothing is going to change unless we get rid of these guys. And the problem is, every time they're in trouble, they think, okay, let's try and splash some cash that we miraculously don't have. Suddenly they find a cash from somewhere. I don't know where it's coming from. So it's just absolutely, we're all going insane. I mean, I think the fans or some of the pundits, or even like the channel here, we're just managing just about to keep our sanity, just about, and that's it. I mean, look, every time I watch it, when I miss the thing, I'm not on it. I always listen back and I think, fucking hell, man, are we still here again? But it's absolutely crazy. I mean, I never thought we'd buy Casemiro in a million years. I thought, what's going on here? So I don't, it's so unpredictable, this team, but I don't see a chance because we need stability right now. We need calm, but we're not. The team, Ten Hag, has got a rude awakening. He's in the firing line, and basically the hand is on the throat already, and it's pushing back and back and back in his throat right now. And he thought he might get 5-10 games before the hand turns up to the throat. It's happened. I mean, like, he's not even had a bounce. There's a zero new manager bounce. I mean, I never heard of it. A manager that doesn't have a new zero bounce. I mean, new team bounce.
Not with these clowns, Irfan. Not with. Listen, there's zero accountability in this football club. Everybody knows you chill, get paid. Chill, because you got the biggest PR propaganda machine in the history of world sports.
And the wages.
Listen, they even got things like slogans. Rooney was talking about it. We go again. We go again. We go again. Listen, CM, I'll come to you, right? Any chance on the game tomorrow? Do you give Poncho's luck?
Something. Well, based on Liverpool's opening season form and the weird results over the weekend, to be fair, I can see where people say there may be a chance that United maybe get a draw or something like that. But
CM, hold it right there. CM, hold it right there. Manchester United have won one of their past 12 Premier League games against Liverpool, right? They've drawn 6, right? Lost 5, right? That's how it's been. Jurgen Klopp's side could win their 4th consecutive league meeting for the first time since 2002. They're also looking to win 3 straight away league matches against their hosts for the first time. Manchester United could lose. This is crazy. Listen, the funniest one is this. Mohamed Salah is a goal away from becoming the first player in the history to reach double figures against United. He's the first player in Liverpool's history. So,
yeah, but no, we lost to Brighton the first half after 112 years. All the records are going. I mean, like Mohavi's record, it's inevitable. It's another sign of the decline.
Yeah,
we lost
go ahead, CM.
Yeah,
go ahead, CM. Just giving you some facts there.
Yeah, yeah. With all that being said before, I'm not positive at all. Yeah, I'm not positive. I wasn't positive before the weekend, and it's the same feeling now
You
going
could be
into
using
Manchester.
what's going on.
Yeah, going into Manchester United games right now, there's not a lot of excitement at all. I think we're more looking to see what's going to happen within the club rather than what's even going to happen on the football pitch, because we know that everything going on there is utter crap when it comes to the results game.
Exactly, and I'll stay with you on this one. I'm actually more about the protest tomorrow and the way they've already put cages around Old Trafford. Apparently, they spent $500,000 on security, extra security tomorrow. They're shipping it. They're bringing in Bolton, all of the regions outside of Greater Manchester. They're bringing in all their police forces tomorrow. So it's going to be a heavily secured zone, one of the most secured zones in the country tomorrow night, and it's going to be very interesting. To me, Man United fans have to let be heard, because for the first time ever, we've got a viable buyer. We've got a buyer, and we've got to give him a chance for him.
Yeah, 100%. And I think what's important as well tomorrow is that, you know, I remember the last one against Liverpool, funny enough, and you know, the media tried to almost spin it in a certain way because of the, you know, the guys who broke into Old Trafford and were causing a ruckus. I think it's important for tomorrow for everybody to have the same plan, for everybody to know what they're doing. Don't make things get out of hand. You know, obviously, when there are a lot of people in the same area, things can get out of hand. There can be hotheads that you know cause a ruckus, and all of a sudden you got one half of the people doing an absolute madness, and then all of a sudden the media's focusing on them and not actually focusing on the people that are peacefully protesting and getting their message across. So it's important that everybody who goes to the game tomorrow and protests does it with a purpose first and foremost, but stays united within the whole group. There's not, you know, people out there trying to cause trouble and vandalize things like what happened last time out.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. For me, the biggest thing is that I think the thing for me is about United fans getting violent. I think it's about passion spilling over in it, and it's about managing those. But I'll go to you, Mundo. In terms of the protest, we know the media, innit? The media obviously dislikes a lot of Man United, even though they cover us the most. There are a lot of haters, and you know how the fans get painted, even though police provoke. A lot of the police provoke things. You know what I mean? That's what they do to kind of like to win the media war, isn't it? So, I mean, last time, even when I was there. And it was the police that were provoking some of the fans. Some of the fans were just peacefully protesting, and we're like, move. We're like, no, we're standing here. Like, we're not moving. We're here to protest. And that's how it's happened. Do you think they'll be spun the other way? Let me just get this before I go to you, Mundo. Ten Hag, when the attitude is good from the team, often the leaders are not there because they're the ones who give example to go in front. I don't know what he's talking about. Ten Hag, this is the point we have to work. It doesn't have to be senior players. Oh, okay. That's interesting. He continues. He says, I'm not here for myself. I'm here for the club and to restore the club. I knew before this is a challenge, and I wanted this challenge. Okay, so I think this is the second part of his. Now I get it. This is the second part, embargoed section. This is the embargo section. You know, part 2 of his press conference. Big up Khalis from Medin Lassie, by the way. Guys, there's over nearly 300 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Share. Ten Hag, I knew before it was going to be hard, but I wanted that because in my career, everywhere I started, at the start was difficult, but I get it done. I'm convinced I'll get it done here as well. Okay, backing himself. It's true about that, by the way. Eric and I chose the project because I knew the process and I will stay consistent on the philosophy and the plan we had. I keep confidence of the corporation I have in the players and also the team around the coaches and directors. Okay, Eric and we are in a process of sometimes to drop. We are in a process. Sometimes you have to drop. You have to tell them players you face them. That's unacceptable. So he's talking about the players. We're in a process. Sometimes you have to drop and you tell them players you face them, and that's unacceptable. That's a bit. I think he's talking about dropping players. I think every manager will demand from his players, and it's normal. It's your obligation to the club to fight and give 100%. Everton, I hope Man U players are angry, but angry with themselves, angry that they didn't take each other in the responsibility. He's going. We know where we are now. We have to improve a lot. We have to work, and our plan is not to look at Liverpool. Well, we need to look at Liverpool, mate, because we're playing them. We got smashed 5-0 last season, so we need to think about Liverpool. They don't have man. It must just have to deliver. That's my obligation to them. Okay, but Mundo, we'll come back to some of these. But go ahead, bro. What are you thinking in terms of the protest, in terms of the media framing?
Well, if you give them, as CM said, they will always look for the negative, won't they? Because negative sells. When you turn on the news, they're not telling you positive stuff. They're telling you negative stuff, right? So it's just for the fans to make sure they keep their heads tomorrow. As you said, people get passion. Passion can overboil, overspill, and turn into violence and whatnot. I think they need to avoid that at all costs tomorrow, because it's just not going to help the cause, really. Peaceful protest is what it's all about, and also in numbers as well. Make sure there's enough people getting behind the cause. Ideally, you want all 75,000, but in reality, that's not going to happen. But the thing is to let the Glazers know, let the world know what we think about these leeches sucking the life blood out of our club.
Exactly.
Many of us here, and probably not CM, because he looks like he's a young man, but the other panelists, we've supported Man United for decades. We've seen it all. We've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly.
And more of the ugly these days. The last decade.
Yeah. And it's never. This is like, for me, in all the years I've supported Man United, we're coming up to like 3.5 decades or whatever. This is by far the worst we've ever been. And we can't show apathy. We can't just be like, oh, well, there's nothing we can do about it. Yeah, there is things we can do about it. And we need to make our voices heard. And
especially we've got a buyer.
Yeah, there's a chink in the armor now. Yeah. Now we need to, there's a little opening in the door. We need to jam that door open. And we need to force the Glazers out. End of.
There you go.
If we can't do it in person, obviously I'm in London.
Yeah.
We can't do it in person.
Don't worry, we'll protest for you. We'll do it. We'll do it.
Online presence as well is,
Yeah. All I want tomorrow, or even regardless of the score, international fans, all we need to do is keep trending Glazers out.
Yeah.
Glazers out. Glazers must sell. Empty Old Trafford. That's what we're going to do. But Eric Ten Hag, when the attitude is not good from the team, often leaders are not there because they're the ones who give example and go in front. That's the point we have to work on. Well, we haven't got no leaders, mate. And the captain is absolutely horrendous. He should never be a captain. I work always with a group of leaders, no particular. I spoke with the leaders about this issue, and it doesn't have to be senior players. But we have one core group who have to be example, take responsibility. What are you talking about, mate? Honestly.
So who is that core group? That's what I'd be interested in. Who is he talking about?
McTominay, isn't it? McTominay and Maguire, isn't it? These guys. These are the guys. And Bruno and these guys. Horrendous. Irfan, I'll come to you. So tomorrow is the protest. Where I think one of the biggest things that would make one of the biggest impact for me in the biggest game, Man United sacrificing to watch the game and emptying out large sections of Old Trafford. It might not be possible because fans don't like being told what to do. This started as a hashtag online, and people are like, oh, it's not being coordinated, it's not being done. And Must and 1958, both of them are pushing back against it. At the end of the day, I understand from their point of view in terms of being organized, but I genuinely do think it will make a huge impact. Valencia did it. AC Milan have done it. I think it says more, and it will damage the Glazers, especially in their sponsors, in their sponsorship. But protest is still good, but we have to continue protest because now, Irfan, we've got Jim Ratcliffe, who's a viable buyer for Man United. He's throwing his hat in. Do you know anything about Jim Ratcliffe, Irfan?
No, I mean, I know he's a successful businessman, and what is he worth? I don't know how much billion. And look, his name's been around for a while, but there was also, I was a bit confused because when the idea of him coming to buy Chelsea, I was like, oh, so he wants to buy Chelsea, does he? I didn't get that, so I've never taken it seriously because I don't believe these guys will ever sell. I don't believe they will. They're going to have to be forced out. I don't believe they'll ever sell because Why would you sell a club that your dad sort of use vulture capitalism to get hold of? Because they know what they can do with these massive brands. They know how to milk the fans, load it with debt, take the dividends, and just play a game. And like I said, maybe you might win a little tinsy cup every 15 years, and that's considered a success. They didn't realize, how big the club was, and they didn't realize how wide the fan reach was to a degree. They knew it was like they bought one of the obviously most famous sporting clubs in the world, but like I said, this is we're living in the era of, like I said, vulture capitalism, where corporates run the world. They run the world. So, I mean, we're just the unlucky ones that it happened to our team and not anybody else's. I mean, this could have happened to another team that was successful, but this ultimately is because we were so successful, because we were the team running the Premier League for so many years, that someone came in to steal it and then run it into the ground. So, I guess it's like I said, it's a Greek tragedy, but I don't really see it, because, like, going back to the protest, Nuruddin, I don't really see it. I'm sorry to give bad news, but when I look at how many times it's been discussed in the past, I look at last year when we were there last year with the protests, when the game got called off. I remember that, and I think, okay, so you've got all these businesses like the broadcasters, you got everyone that's got a massive sort of financial sort of link, even sort of gain to sort of make from it. That they all want the show to go ahead, and United dying as a club is all part of the show. It's all part of entertainment. It's all making them money. So I don't see it. And then I look at the fans and think, well, a lot of the fans, like, they paid them money, they want to see a game. They obviously don't want to see them lose, but they're not the kind of, I don't get a vibe of the kind of people that are going to go, okay, let's get out of the club. I don't think they're smart enough, and there's enough of them to go, okay, let's do it en masse, let's walk out. I just don't see it. And even when you've tried to do it in the past before, the cameras doesn't show it, so because they're trying to suffocate any sign that people can see to get the idea. It's like you protest, you suffocate it, so you don't make it grow.
The biggest thing is that it's hard to notice if I'm in a stadium. It's the biggest stadium in domestic stadium in the UK. 25,000. So if 5,000 of us walked out last season, on the 17 minutes to go, we walked out, and it's about 5,000 of us because we were all outside on the forecourt. But the camera is not going to notice when you got about 60,000 in there. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So
so that's what I'm saying. But these are the difficulties that, in order to get a protest, unless you've got
the has to empty out. The Stratford has to empty out. But let me just get the super chat. Big up saying, may I say, Irfan, if we face you at the Emirates, it will be the biggest beating since when Mr. TV rocking Rocky 3.
Wow. Listen, let him enjoy his happiness of being at the top of the league. Let him enjoy it. Let him have his few days. When was the last time we were top? We were top for a few weeks. Weren't we?
2 seasons ago in Christmas, we were top.
That's what I mean. So we had it then, and let him have it. Let him have it. I got no problem with that. But like I said, just in terms of the protests, I don't even see United as, like, you talk about Valencia and these other teams protests. We're England. We're not even a protest culture. We're not like the French. We're the apathetic, beaten down, sort of, like, I don't know what the word is, but we're sort of the zombies. Like we're stuck in the fridge. We're zombies that are stuck in the fridge, no way out.
We love coming second. We love. We when we lose, it's like we're the proud losers. Do you understand what I mean? It's like other nations don't accept it; they get angry. But here it's like, oh, we lost in the Euro finals. Well done, lads. In France, it'd be like, nah, mate, you get an extra night. Don't come back. You losers. You know what I mean?
You know what? This is an interesting call. Let me just get this. Eric Ten Hag. We had a good basic pre-season, but then our number 9 Martial was injured, and Ronnie not fit. The 6 in holding midfield is not there. Okay. Wow.
Can I ask you a question, Eric? Can I just ask you a question?
We had 2 in defense who had never played with each other, and the goalkeeper was also not in the best in this period. Wow. Okay. Interesting. What
can I ask you a question, Nuruddin? Yeah. Just aside from all the chaos, how do you think he's seeing it at the moment, Ten Hag? I mean, just like team.
It's been a massive wake-up call. It's been the biggest wake-up call he's ever had in his managerial career, and he will ever have.
So wait a second. So am I right to say to you, he vastly underestimated this league? Vastly underestimated it, but surely you must have watched it. Surely you will have seen the intensity. I know you can't actually, unless you've been involved in it. I know it's hard to gauge that. But
what they showed in pre-season with the level of intensity was different to the way they've played in competitive games. When it mattered, they revert to type. And when I try to explain to people, there's a book called Soccernomics. It does a lot of data analysis. And what you find is that players of a certain age, right, when managers drill them into their certain way of playing, in the critical moments in the game where the level of intensity and that level of critical moments in games, they revert back to type. So everything they've done, they forget about it. When they're at the critical, when their central nervous system is like, tense, they revert back to the way they play. And that's what's happened to them. That's what's happened to them. They bottled it. They bottled it. They started off 10 minutes against Brighton. Remember, they started off brightly. Brighton go ahead. Their batty falls out. Their asses just fall out. Same thing against Brentford. They can see that first goal. Their asses fall out.
But
They
how
didn't know
long have
what
we been
to do when they were
saying?
impressed.
How long have we been saying that? When was the last time Manchester United put together a 90-minute performance?
They don't.
Like, when was the last time? We're going back years and years and years. Even under Ollie, that was our big major complaint. We can only play for 45 minutes. We're either horrendous in the first half, which was the trend, wasn't it? 45 minutes of bullshit, and then the second 45 minutes slightly better on late goals and comebacks. But we have not put together a decent 90 minutes of football where we've looked composed at the back, we've controlled the midfield, we've created chances for. I can't remember. Maybe when Ollie first took over, that was probably the last time.
Exactly. That, and we were doing that on just off the cuff. The players felt freedom after Jose. But Eric, tonight there's a clear reason why Man USC's form is poor. But I know we will fix that, and I know that we will be better, and the results will show this. It has been shown pre-season. Okay, so he's saying he's known about pre-season. Eric, I understand him. So I don't think it was top 45 minutes any more than any other player on the pitch. He continues, I saw this from the stats he won, his aerial duels and his challenge is always good with his passing. He also made some mistakes, as did the whole team. Facts. Eric Ten Hag. Eric Ten Hag or Ralph Ranić saying Man United need open hatchet. I don't have a reaction to that. I'll comment what I say. There we go, folks. They got him. The journalists who asked that, pick up the journalists who asked that because they got him. They got him when he said, I don't have comment. I'll comment on what I see now. Eric Ten Hag on Ralph Ranić saying Man UFC need an open heart surgery. I don't have a reaction to that. What does that mean? He agrees, people, because he would be like, no. Why is he not saying no? Why is he not coming out and defending him and saying no? What do you think to that, CM? That's always. I don't have a reaction to that. I comment on what I see now. But you know what? The club made it out like it was Ten Hag that was against him, and it wasn't. From January, the end of January, February onwards, Ralph Ranić and Murto were not talking, and Richard Arnold were not talking. Richard Arnold and Murto were not talking to Ralph Ranić because he was out there in press conferences telling truth to what he saw. And that's the reason when they made it. So here, he could have said, oh, Ralph Ranić didn't know what he was talking about. He says, I don't have a reaction to that. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. 1 minute, CM, I'll come to you. Let me just get this one. My experience, what I've seen in the preseason, is that we did quite well. The first two league games were not so good, and that's clear. So he's tried to recover there a little bit. He's tried to recover it there a little bit, if you see that. But go ahead, CM. To me, this is it. This is it. And Ralph even went, you don't need glasses to see what the problem is. Go ahead, CM.
Yeah, I think that whole comment is almost neutral. It's in the middle because he's not trying to, dig into the players heavily, but he's also not trying to dig in to that opinion and the people upstairs. I think, it's clear from the outside looking, and this is the thing that we always say, if we as fans can see these things clearly, and we don't know everything that goes on within the football club at all. We don't know exactly what the conversations are when it comes to the team and stuff like that. Then I don't understand how certain things just haven't been executed within the club itself. I mean, we kind of know just the incompetence that exists within the club in general, but it's frustrating to see things like this. Eric Ten Hag, after these first two games, he's been completely stitched up by the board, whether it be at the recruitment, the ownership when it comes to the budget that's been given for transfers, and all of a sudden now the budget spikes back up because there's a lot of pressure on the ownership. There's a lot of things that have gone wrong already, and to be honest, it hasn't even really started. It's after 2 games, of course, but it hasn't even really started yet. He's gonna go through a lot of stuff being at this club, especially with this ownership, with the people that are working above him who are inexperienced. Right now, he needs people that he can trust, rely on, and starting with such a challenge at a club like this, he doesn't have that.
See, listen, we're gonna have to wrap up soon, and I'll go to these things. What's the score do you think tomorrow? And are you more asked about the protest than the actual game?
I'd probably say my prediction was 3-1 Liverpool, probably. About the game, once again, I'm more interested to see what happens before and after that. That's safe to say that.
Peace. Nice one. Mundo, I'll go to you, and then we'll finish on Irfan. What do you think to this? Eric Ten Hag, Ron Rafik saying Man United need an open heart surgery. I don't have a reaction to that. I'll comment on what I see now.
Well, go on then. Comment on what you see now.
And then
That's what I want to know. What is it?
He said, my experience, what has been in the preseason is that we did quite well. The first 2 league games were not good enough. That's clear. 2 competitive games, mate. The preseason wasn't competitive.
Exactly. Look, he's sitting on the fence there, isn't he? Just like CM said, he's not going in on the players, but he's not categorically denying what Rangnick said. And he's already said in earlier press conferences about the quality of player he needs, etc., etc. So it's not it's an open secret, isn't it, that he wants certain players. He mentioned number 6. He's obviously wants a midfielder. Casemiro apparently was on his list, but they didn't think he was attainable.
That's a lie.
I'm not so sure about that one.
Bullshit. That's bullshit. That big time.
Yeah.
Guys, there's over 300 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Go ahead, Mundo.
In terms of the result tomorrow, I don't think we're going to get turned over like we did the last game. I think they'll half-heartedly try, So, but I still don't think they'll do enough to win. So, I never like to go against my team, but I think we'll lose. But I think it'll be closer than last season. So I'm going to go for 2-1 Liverpool. I want to go for 2-1 Liverpool. I think it'll be a similar game to the Brighton game.
Big up Alien. Tell them next week starting on Casualty, Man UFC. On Casualty. Irfan, I'll come to you with that comment about Eric Ten Hag about Rav Ranić saying we need an open heart surgery, and him saying I don't have any reaction to that.
Well, it's the best question anyone's ever asked, I think, since he's been there. It's the one because you had a guy who saw everything. He saw the inside of the players. He saw the rivalry between the players. He saw the apathy. He saw the spoiled brat nature of the footballers. He saw the division in the team. He saw the lack of fight desire. Then he looked at the recruitment. He looked at the executives. He saw everything to make a comment like that. And basically, they're shooting the messenger. They say, don't tell the truth. Shoot him dead quick. And that's what they're doing. That's saying, don't shoot the messenger. They actually shot the messenger because that is the best question everyone's going to ask him. And the reason he couldn't answer it because the truth hit him so hard that he had to just quickly shut it down. Quick, get the reality out of my system because that could be happening to him. That's the kind of thing that could be happening to him in a few months' time, 6 months' time, a year's time. He may come to the same conclusion that the last guy said we need open heart surgery. I'm now saying we need open heart surgery, and they're going to get rid of me and get the next guy in because that's what the club does. I can't see it at all, but like it was the most brutal question for everyone, but it was the real question because Ralph, everyone knows that Ralph nailed it by saying that we need 10 new players, we need open heart surgery. That if the one truth about Man United, that was it. That's anyone who follows Man United knows that was the truth.
Exactly. Anyway, big up Super Nick. If the results and style of play continue to get worse, they will make sure Eric Ten Hag will be the fall guy and deflect from the abysmal. Of course.
But Nuruddin, that's always because it's cheaper to get rid of a manager than it is to get rid of 10 players. That's just as it works as a business. That's why. I mean, if we had good owners, they'd get rid of the players. And keep it owner. But we're not that because we're a business. more than anything else, we'll get rid of the manager all day long, then get rid of those players because it comes down to money.
Yeah. Well, my 2 pence on that for me is that's a question. That was the best question I've ever seen a Man United manager ever get answered. And at the end of the day, like everything, I agree with everything what Irfan said. They shot the messenger. They shot the guy that was telling you, I know how to fix this. I've got the black book. I've got the black book of all the scout network, global scouting network. I've got it here in my hand. I can help you do this. Recruit players. He talked about players in their second contract. Instead, we're overpaying on a Simmer Frame FC. A guy who's had it. This last season was his worst season, other than a couple of games in the Champions League games. Casemiro, and he's gonna come to Man United, and he's never gonna see what hit him. He's gonna be like the spaces there is where in Real Madrid, Cruz, Modric, they all stay close. Those 3 players, a trio, and the back 4 stay close to them. Here, he's going to find Maguire, who is absolute abysmal, can't turn to save his life, right? He's going to get gaps, and then he's going to play McTominay or Fred. They're going to just leave him to it, and it's going to be a massive wake-up call. But he doesn't care because he's won everything that needs to be won, and he's come to hang his boots up, and he's getting double pay. Yeah. Double those wages. Double those wages. He's going to be thinking, me and my kids in 4 years' time, party in Copacabana Beach, mate. That's what he thinks.
Facts. That's why he's come. He's not come for any other reason. He's not come for any other reason. No.
He's thinking of all the beautiful places in Brazil, and he's thinking, party on. With this money, my grandchildren will be all right. That's how he thinks. That's how he thinks, people. So at the end of the day, we'll be there at the protest tomorrow. I'll try to
we haven't got score predictions. Dave, has Mundo give his?
Yeah, Mundo said that. Go on there, fan. Give us your score prediction.
I think we'll get beat either 3-0 or 4-1.
Right. I'm gonna go Glazers 0, Man United fans 4. That's what I'm going for. I'm not even.
You're very optimistic. You're very optimistic, Nuri.
That's what I'm going for. Glazers, zilch, Man United 5. Man United fans 5. That's what I'm
and the score and the actual football score on the pitch.
We're gonna get beaten. We're gonna get beaten. 3-4. It could be 4-5. I was there, and you know what? They didn't play that amazing in that game, and they beat us comfortably 5. Where Harry felt sorry. Harry Maguire is grabbing what's his name, Luke Shaw, all over the place and swinging
him out of the way.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen tomorrow. That's what's going to happen. So, to me, I don't see anything. The Man United have not shown me anything with a puncher's luck. They've not shown me anything. But anyway, people, smash a like on the video on your way out, please. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And let's get people's things. Irfan Rainey on Instagram, music. Irfan Rainey about the politics of what's the state of the world and a bit of football on Twitter. Martin Mundo on Twitter. Hopefully start tweeting about United soon. And then CM is across all social media. YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. He's a gamer as well. And of course, Mr. Structure me. You can follow me. That guy Red Devil on Twitter. At the end of the day, win, lose or draw, people. Glazers out. And for me, I'm not asked about. I'm not even watching the game. I'm going to be protesting outside the stadium tomorrow. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, unless I get beaten up by police or get run over by horses. You know what I mean? You know they're going to bring that tomorrow. You know what they're going to bring that. They're already gearing up, people. One of the biggest policing operations in the city centre in terms of what they're looking for, civil unrest tomorrow.
You know, we have a wide word in because business must go on.
Of course.
The show must go on.
But the show must go on.
Yeah. The show must go on means business must go on.
Yeah. So that's what it is, people. But we'll be there. Whatever happens tomorrow, I'm going to be proud of Man United fans anyway. Those who choose to go in the game, those who choose to come out, those who do not choose to go in. For me, we have to stay united. And now, for the first time ever, this is an absolute chance of a lifetime for me. For the first time, we've got a viable buyer, a guy who's a United fan, who's from Saddleworth. Saddleworth is only up the road from Irfan. It's not that far from where Irfan lives.
No, it isn't. It's only it's about 7-8 miles. But the thing is, I think you're getting too hyped about this guy. I don't really see it.
Irfan, listen, he's throwing his hat in. Trust me, some of the family, the Glazers want to sell. Some of them want to sell Irfan. Some of them, they want to sell because their kids who are in their 20s, they can't have their little business on Instagram and all of that, their little websites. Have you not seen what's happened? TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor has gone absolutely berserk. I switched off the commenting on it on certain things because Man United fans have gone to all of their businesses, their golf resorts, their hotels, their children, their children's businesses on Instagram. Everybody, Man United fans have absolutely gone hard. And some of the children, some of the other siblings, Joel Abram, want to hold on, but the rest of them are like, get out of here, 4 billion, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah. All right,
So
okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that
there's
bit. No.
chink in the armor. There is chink in the armor. That's what.
Well, let me just say one thing on the Glazer ownership and the difficulty with them selling is owning Manchester United is far more valuable than having 4 billion in the bank. Because when you own Manchester United, you can approach investors, you can approach banks and say, I want money, lend me money, give me money, because I've got Manchester United.
Yeah.
I've got this huge major asset. So for them,
you've got the asset of assets. That's what you've got. You've got the asset of assets. That's what you've got.
Asset of assets. And if you sell it and you've got 4 billion in the bank, you've got 4 billion.
That's it.
But that's it. But Manchester United is in terms of value to them, and that's my concern, because if it was all about the value of the club, because they bought it for what 800 million, 850 million. So if they sold, they're selling at a massive profit, huge profit. They've quadrupled their money. But as I said, I don't think they think that way.
Yeah, but Mundo, don't underestimate the greed. They might be thinking we'll sell it for 8-9. They might have 8-9 billion. It all depends on what's in their head.
Yeah, in their minds.
Now, you can never underestimate someone's greed.
Listen, I think on market value of the share at the moment, Man United are worth like 2.5 billion. They're not worth extraordinary money.
Oh yeah, which is probably why the top two want to keep hold of it, saying no, we're at a weak point. We can't sell at a weak point. It's only 2.5 billion. We've got to get to 4 billion. Even consider selling. That's
why they try to spend money. Hence why they try to spend money now.
The problem is those bastards, Barcelona, right? Yeah, they've now set a new trend with these.
Oh, leave it. Yeah. Have you heard the new one? Man United apparently want to sell 25%. For 10 years, we'll do that show. We'll do it on Tuesday, people. But Man United, apparently, according to reports, want to sell 25% for 10 years of TV revenue. Lever to bring more investors.
Yeah, same as Barcelona.
Crazy.
So now they've got another economic avenue, because now they can start selling off future assets, stuff that they haven't even got yet. So I don't know. I just think someone needs to come in, like, I don't know, Bahrain or someone, with a just like ridiculous offer, like mouth-watering offer, an offer too good to refuse. That's what we need from someone to get.
I think 4.5 billion. I think they'd sell for 4.5. I think they would sell, considering it's 2.5 at the moment. I think they'd sell for 4.5. They'd take that.
We're not at the moment. We're not been performing anywhere near to be worth 4 billion. We're nowhere near.
But Nuruddin, they don't care about performance. They care about what they can sell what they can sell the club for. That's all they care about. They want a few £1 billion profit off it. That's what they want. At least that's what they want.
There you go. Look, this is what they want. Glazers are expected to offer the cash lump sum in exchange for a share of future TV income, raising money to pay for the expansion of Old Trafford. Nah, mate.
That money ain't going to the extent that money's going in their pocket.
Yeah,
exactly. Anyway, guys, please smash a like on the video. Big up Say Miasi for the badass super chats. Big up to every one of you. Like I said, you can find all these guys, CM22, all across all across all social media, streamer, gamer. He's got a brilliant set. So we'll see what happens. His match reaction tomorrow, the Twins. Check out one of the best contents on YouTube. And Mighty Mundo is on there. Airfan is on Twitter and on Instagram for the music people. But good night. Let's see tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be back here for the match reaction around 10:30. Peace, love, like, belly visual. There we go, belly visual. United signing 7 players before the deadline clearly shows they ain't going nowhere. Also, they're not selling their TV rights. They made that clear. Oh, so you're going to believe what they said then, belly visual? The Glazers have said that. The Glazers have told us all sorts of Jackie Norrie stories. They said to the FA, we're going to treat Man United. We're going to sustain them on the top of the table. We're going to be doing this. Have they ever done that? No, they haven't. So all of a sudden, Belly Visual decides to believe what the Glazers tell him.
No, but Nuruddin, but can you understand just from that super chat there that how divided the fan base is.
No,
Them-
no, no. Erpan, he does listen. The Belly Visual is a close friend of mine. He's just doing this. His Twitter handle is Glazers in on
okay.
try to wind us up. He's a wind up merchant. He's a United fan, but he's a wind up merchant at the end of the day. But listen, 7 players before the deadline. No, why are we scrambling lastminute.com? 1 minute we're linked with what Rabiot, and if Rabiot says they wouldn't get Casemiro, we were not an Artovich. Like, are you kidding me? All of a sudden,
when they say
found
7
money on the
players, when they say 7 players, it's bullshit because what they're talking about is a third choice keeper, some youth kid, some kid that's going into the under 16s, and they throw that into the figure to say, oh, we've signed 7 players. Yeah, but only 2 of them are going into the first team. You know, don't fall for the hype when they talk about 7, 8 players. That's nonsense.
Yeah, man. It says pick up the panel. Let's not never let the smoke mirrors fool you, people. The worst one's about Maguire to Chelsea. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's PR. That's the biggest PR spin I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, but every United fan wishing that everyone's
Instagram. They posted, the Glazers posted it on their Instagram. Is that what they did? Brilliant. Yeah. Big up, Billy. Listen, I'll let you go, guys. But we'll be back here tomorrow. I hope to see people like Belly Visual tomorrow outside protesting with the rest of us. But big up to everybody. We'll be back here, like I said, for the match reaction tomorrow. Some of us will be here, but we'll see how it goes, man. At the end of the day, no expectations for me. That's what it is. No expectations, FC. I'm more about the protest and interested to see how much they've turned Man United into, like, absolutely locked it down, mate. Prison break. They've absolutely broke the place down with, like, barricaded the whole place. It's going to be the most secure place in the country tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But big up to everybody. We're there to go and peacefully protest. I repeat, we're there to peacefully protest. Hopefully, the police won't be doing the madness that they do. Try to get the fans all having a little bit of a rumble, because we really don't need that. Tim, Encore lads, great show. Love from the US. Big up, bro. Big up, Tim. Yeah, man. I hope some of you fans in the US can get together for the weekend in Miami to go and protest against the Glazers over there as well. But big up, love, light. Take care, people. Good night. Glazers out, bankers out. Always. Glazers must sell. Empty Old Trafford. Peace. There we go, people.